Hey guys, welcome to GR Rideshare Adventure Podcast. My name is Jason.
My name is Jesper.
And Nick.
And I'm Ben. You can't see me, though.
It's a good thing you can't. Just kidding, buddy. So yeah, we are back. We are in 2019, and we are ready to record, and we missed you guys, and we had a great holiday. Mr. Jesper was on a cruise to Mexico?
Mexico, and I spent a couple of days in New Orleans and Florida.
Okay, cool. Did you start the MP3? Mm-hmm. Just want to make sure. Sorry. So, yeah, how was everyone's New Year's Eve? Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Hi, Laura, and nice to, I don't think you've been on before, but nice to see you, meet you. Hey, Justin. So, yeah, we took some time off over the holidays, which most people do, and it was a good break. I got mad at Ben and left all the groups, and it was
guilty.
It was not the way I wanted to end 2018, but you know it worked out. So
yeah, we were a little burnt out.
Yeah, we had a hard push for the fundraiser, and I think we were just like, you know what, I'm done with life. So it was a good break, though. I actually was losing my phone during that time because I wasn't on it talking to you guys.
Yeah.
You know, I would like, hey, hon, where's my phone?
Well, I'd look and I'd be like, all right, where's the smart-ass message from Jason?
Right.
Nothing.
I literally left all our groups. We use, and you've heard us talk about it a bunch of times, Telegram. And I have like 10 chat rooms in there. And chat rooms, that's like so AOL.com.
AIM.
Right. And I left them. I was just like, I'm out. I need a break. So, but we're back. We're excited. And so New Year's Eve, Jesper obviously is on vacation, but has some stories about taking as a passenger.
Right. I took a couple of passenger rides. Not New Year's Eve, but a couple of days before.
I apologize.
Yep.
Yeah, that during the holiday break.
Yep.
Was it Lyft or Uber or both?
I only used Uber.
Oh.
So
okay.
Uber. That was Uber.
Is there a reason you only used Uber?
It was just the only one I had active at the time.
Oh, okay.
I do. I mean, I have both.
Oh,
it was just,
okay.
So.
I just didn't know if you were a little hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever. So yes. No, I was not hurt. So, but we took 3 rides. It was in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
We had prior to that we had rented a vehicle and drove from Florida to New Orleans, and that was a nice.
What kind of vehicle did you drive?
I had a very nice black Dodge Charger. Or as the agent told me, that was a cop. What was it called? Like cop mobile,
Interceptor.
Something.
Well, yeah, because I know a lot of
so
the forces are using
don't
the
drive
Chargers.
too fast in those, and it was a very nice ride.
Was it automatic?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It was nice. It did both. It had like the little stick.
Oh, that's not a real manual.
No,
though.
I know.
It had no clutch.
Nope, no clutch. But still nice car, and it took the 10-hour drive very, very nice. But then we stayed at an Airbnb just outside the French Quarter, and so we did a lot of walking. But the last couple of days, we took a couple of Lyft drives, Uber drives, sorry, and most of them was actually pretty good. But the one that took us to the boat was pretty horrible. So he shows up. It was I forget the kind of car, but he was just a standard sedan.
Yeah.
And it was horrible dirty. I mean,
no.
at least have the decency to clean up. First of all, he has his vibe sitting in the door, right? So he was vibing on the way over.
He had
there.
his vibe
No,
or his vape.
Sorry.
I was gonna say
Did you just say vibe?
Whatever.
Oh, hashtag vibe.
His vape sitting in the door. So he was vaping on the way over there and over to pick us up. And the car stank. And it was just, there was like old junk food on the floor. It was just like really horrible.
So just someone who doesn't obviously take care of their vehicle.
Right.
It's just simple stuff.
Right, yeah. I mean, he hadn't vacuumed. He said he had just started, but he hadn't prepared for it.
So now, did you give him tips while you were on the ride, or did you just
Well, we
kind of...
talked a little bit, and he was kind of just... No, I did not give him a lot of tips, because generally I really didn't want to talk to him, because he was just nasty. He also had
What did you rate him?
2, I think.
2? Did you tip him?
No, absolutely not. No. And I always tip. But I just not this one. It was just he was talking. You know, he had foul mouth and everything.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. I know it was bad words. It was just horrible, and it was like, so it was just no. It was he should not be driving, and he was full-time driver.
Okay.
So it was just not. It was not good.
Do you know when I take rideshare, I never lead on that I'm a driver, and just I always see if they're BSing me. Like telling me stories, like not if only in my area. If I was out of state, I couldn't tell you unless it was something that was nationwide. But yeah, I always just sit back and listen. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. I'm like, you're full of crap. You know what I mean?
Now, only one of the 3 rides I had actually had a phone holder.
Oh, wow.
The other
Really?
2 was holding in the hand. Yeah.
See, that to me,
That's the first thing you should buy.
yeah. Yeah. Here's a pro tip. Not even a pro tip. Here's a rookie tip.
Right.
Why are you hanging on to your phone? It's so dangerous. Please get a phone mount. You can get them at the dollar store, for goodness sakes. Yeah, they're not going to be the best, but
It'll still do the trick.
how many of you guys use magnets?
Me.
I use magnet. Yep.
Ben?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
See, I when I got my new phone, I bought a whole non-magnet, but it's not nearly as good.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna be returning that one.
I actually glued my magnet on the back of my case.
That's what I did.
Yeah, they want to put it on the inside of the case, but if you have a little bit thicker of case, it doesn't hold it as tight.
Sure.
So.
I have mine on my phone, so I take it out of my case when I use it. So.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a wallet case, and I don't want to have that stupid thick case sitting on my mount. So.
That's why you send random messages in the group.
Yeah, Jesper. So in Telegram, he'll start him or he'll close his little girly wallet case.
Get over it, guys.
And then he'll send 25-minute
don't
messages.
call it a girly wallet case. I didn't want to.
Where is it?
Never mind. Okay.
Let's let everyone see it. Come on. Let's see it. We need to vote.
That is immerse.
See, here's my wallet case.
Oh, you got a new one.
Well, of course,
You had a brown
I got a new
one.
phone. I got a new wallet case.
So what does everyone think on this?
I was tired of having a fat wallet and a fat phone.
Sophie uses a pop socket. My wife loves the pop socket. I can't. It's weird.
I don't like it.
I don't know. It may work good in the car, but I don't want to keep it on there. So. Dave. Dave says he was about to go live to talk about the latest ride. Yeah, we didn't even have that on our agenda. The trip, TYRP.
Never mind. Not even going to say it.
I have no mic for Nick.
Yeah.
We're completely dead.
What happened? Oh, there we go.
You're number 4.
But yeah, I've been.
I turned down the wrong mic.
It seems like it's exactly like the Amway.
Well,
you know, you get a bunch of people to, refer under you.
Yeah, everyone hates on multi-level marketing. There's a place for it, and there's some of them that are scams, but rideshare driving isn't one of those that you want a multi-level
But they've
marketing.
been saying that they were going to launch for months and months and
Yeah.
months and months. That's why.
My personal opinion, if you give any money to them, I don't think that's a smart move.
No.
So if you do it, my guess is maybe Dave is pro trip. I don't know.
It could be a great financial decision.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, when people were doing Amway, they thought they were dumb too.
Yep.
And now whoever started out, I mean, even in the first 10 years is probably pretty wealthy right now. So I think Dave left us because he's not commenting back. So
Well, he's probably talking
Goodbye,
about
Dave.
trip.
oh, is it your brother, John?
Oh, yeah.
He's got a wallet phone case too.
Yeah, I know. He's a little girl.
Sorry. All right, Nick, any New Year's Eve stories?
Nothing crazy. Just finding Jello shots all over my vehicle. You know, just in
They snuck
everywhere
them
you
in?
look. Oh yeah. And when
Okay.
you're driving, listening to music, having good conversations, you're not looking back repeatedly to see, did they sneak anything in.
Honestly, on that night, I'm like high alert to pukers.
But
That's the only thing I'm focusing on.
What I did do after every trip was I looked back there to make sure they didn't leave anything.
Right.
Go figure. Found some, credit cards and debit cards on a couple rides, not just one.
People, keep the stuff in your pocket.
But then if I saw trash, I'd be like, hey, do you mind, taking this with you? Since I didn't know if it was from that group or not.
Right.
But, they had no problem with it because it was probably them.
Right. Didn't you have a nip slip?
Yep, and we did have a nip slip.
Hashtag nip slip.
Nice little boobie popped out, but
Yeah, we're not going to show that
Yeah,
video.
we're not-
That's
no.
not safe for any work.
Right.
But
it was my first ride of the night. So
Really?
the night started out like that. I was like, oh gosh, what am I in store for tonight?
Right.
But it was a pretty chill night.
yeah,
Nothing-
I didn't have any crazy rides. My money was about, it was not the least I've made, but it wasn't the most either.
So did you have a goal?
I had a goal of 500, and I fell short of that. Not by a ton, but I'm not complaining. And anyone listening, I'm not complaining at all. I just was shooting for 5, and I fell short of that. So
My goal was party on a cruise ship. I got it.
yeah.
Yep.
Did you get drunk on New Year's Eve?
No, I didn't get drunk. I'm
No,
not.
because
I
he
didn't
wasn't
survive
messaging
anymore.
us. He would have been messaging us. if
This
he
guy
did.
on vacation did more work on vacation than he does when he's back here.
That is not true.
Yeah, you were pretty talkative when you were gone.
Yeah, I was surprised. How was the internet on the boat? It must have been decent.
Oh, it was definitely.
I mean, you
decent.
probably couldn't stream video.
Oh, sure, I can.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
At $6 a second?
No, I paid $225 for unlimited internet for the trip.
How much?
How much?
$225.
$225. Okay.
Unlimited streaming, everything on the trip. I needed it for work, so
So you didn't connect.
So can you write that off as an expense for your
Oh, sure.
actual? Okay.
You didn't connect to the boat's Wi-Fi then?
No, that's the only way you can do it. You
paid through the boat.
You shut off your. My phone was in airplane mode all the time,
Okay.
and then you use the boat's.
So it was through the cruise company.
Oh yeah.
That's not bad.
No,
Oh, well.
I know it's in Mexico, and so no, but they use all. It's all what's it called? Satellite. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Ben. I'm reading your comments. Drunk Danish Jesper. Hashtag. drunk
I was not drunk. Okay, I haven't been drunk since I was like.
I'm gonna go on
25.
vacation. I'm not gonna drink.
I drank.
Hashtag nip slip. I'm sorry, Ben. You're cracking me up.
I had a couple of drinks.
I'll get a dustpan
I don't get it.
because I'm cracking you up.
Oh, jeez. That's a joke for Threads.
Sorry.
Threadspodcast.com.
Hey.
Threadspodcast.com.
Hey.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Just a little cross-promoting. Hey, Threads paid for that mixer.
Hey, as long as you also promote GR Rideshare on Threads, I don't.
Oh, we do.
We do.
We do.
It's true.
All right, Ben, you're up next.
All right. Well,
Cam.
I actually had a puker.
Oh
yes,
no.
I had a puker on New Year's Eve. How about I move the mic so it's not in my face?
It was pretty early in the night too, wasn't it?
It
Ben?
was. It was like right as the surge was getting up there. Like it was at I think 5 or 6 times surge. I had a nice ride to the southeast side of town. I was close enough that I could just hop on the freeway and get back up there. But just as we're about to pull in to their place, I hear the lovely sounds of puke. And it was disgusting. And it took about 4 days for the smell to completely go
Can you
away.
give us a sound check on that puke?
No. I can't.
And we do have video on it.
It's true, we do.
We're working on editing it, so.
Yep. So that was something. So It was my first puker of 2018.
Was that the trip that you took before it started prime timing? You and Jason had both taken
no,
lifts?
no. This was a surge ride.
Oh, we
So,
should talk about that
Yeah.
too. That was funny.
Yeah. So Lyft had this promotion going on that when the if you did a certain number of rides in a row, they would give you a bonus of like $9 or whatever. So Jason and I were trying to finish those up, and as we're trying to finish those up, of course, Uber starts surging like a mother. And
Yeah, I got a
Well-
5.2.
Well,
right
here's
after.
what happened. We're like impatient Ben and I. It hits midnight, right? We're like, okay, 12:01, nothing. 12:02, about 12:10. We're like, all right, we're out of here. We're going to get that Lyft bonus. And then halfway through, my phone starts blowing up. 5.8, 5.4.
yes, and I'm in Allendale at this point, which for those of you that are not from the area, it's about 15 to 20 miles outside of the downtown area. It was a mess.
And I was over by Ben's
20
house.
minutes from Surge.
Yes. So I had a haul arse to get back there. So that
Yeah,
was
and
fun.
he means he followed the speed limit.
all the way. Yep.
Right. Yep. Use his blinkers. So yeah, we'll post that video next week. Just a little jump in side conversation. Dave is pro Trip. He says he met with them and he was skeptical at first, but he met with them and he's interested. And I said, "Have you invested?" And he hasn't responded back yet. So I'm
Well,
just
maybe
curious.
Dave, for a later time, we can have a conversation with you
Yeah.
on Trip.
It looks like he must have a channel somewhere because his is Dave the Uber slave. So
Dave, why don't you reach out to us at team@grichatadventures.com and maybe we can set something up.
yeah, I'd be interested to hear if you're pro. I mean, I'm definitely interested to talk about it. So, but yeah, so I didn't have any pukers, no crazy stories, but yeah, the smell's the worst, isn't it, Ben? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Absolutely. so bad. And no matter how many times you put baking soda, vinegar, essential
does work,
oils,
though.
it works, but you have to repeat it over and over and over
Yeah.
again. So I have stains on the carpet from baking soda.
You know, I did in Megan's van too. But it was hidden enough that it wasn't a big deal. It was kind of under the seat, but yeah, it does kind of stain a little
So
bit.
Ben made a rookie move, and he did not bring anything to catch puke.
You
true.
didn't have any.
No, he did not bring anything.
What's wrong with you?
A lot of things, apparently.
Don't answer that.
That's for the other podcast.
So Keith just brought a good question. This is on YouTube, and Keith is asking, what is the rules about posting the videos on passengers? I ask because I have a Vantur N2 Pro and want to post the things people do. So Keith, it's totally up to you.
It's a
It
gray
depend-
area.
a
Very
very
gray.
gray area. Now it depends on what state you're in as to whether or not you can legally do it. Now Michigan,
No.
no.
Can I stop you?
Sure.
Not legally post the video, legally record in the car. When you're talking about
Yes.
state law,
Well,
it has nothing to do with YouTube.
Okay, true.
I just
Okay.
wanted to before
Okay,
you.
yes. So whether you can legally record it without their knowledge is whether or not it is a single consent state or a dual consent state. Now, Michigan is a single consent state, and we can legally record it. Now, the gray area becomes on whether or not you can legally broadcast it. And a lot of that is how do you determine the word broadcast. Now, both Uber and Lyft has recently changed their regulations and is now there's now regulating against it, so you can't, if they were to find out and they know you're posting content from within your vehicle, they can, and I say can because it doesn't state they will, but they state they can turn you off their platform.
But
Or
is
they
it-
can take action and tell you to take it down.
Right. Okay.
But
yes.
isn't it the point that the word broadcast is something that's live?
Live stream.
Because
Well,
that's
but
what
that's the thing. That's the gray area,
It's a
right?
very gray area.
So
If you're posting it after the fact and it's a video that you've edited, is that
Yeah.
broadcasting?
Do you,
Don't know.
And do you take terms to hide who they are? I mean, that kind of stuff. Are you posting the video to throw a specific driver under the bus? Are you posting the video to prove a point? What are you posting the video for? And that kind of stuff, right? So,
yeah, It's-
it's a super gray area.
yeah, it definitely it's kind of up to you. I mean, you do take a roll of the dice. We all kind of agreed when we started this that we would, if anyone came to us, we'd pull it down, and we have pulled videos down.
Right.
Without, we hated doing it because it was a good video, but we also understand that,
And we have taken, we are taking some steps to post new content in the future, but we're going to do it in a little bit different way, and so there'll be more about that coming.
Yeah, Sophia said get permission or blur them, and we have started to blur them a little bit.
Yeah, even if it's just the eyes,
The problem with getting permission is if they're
drunk.
drinking, is that really consent?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's just as gray of an area as posting it itself. So just take caution.
And again,
we're not legal advice.
right? No, exactly. We're not. And make sure that, I mean, also as we state, Uber and Lyft can do whatever the hell they want.
Right.
Okay, so they may say, we don't care what you did, you're off.
Yep.
This is a little producer Ben view, just to put a legal disclaimer. We are not legal experts, so please consult with your lawyer if you want a real, legitimate legal answer. This was just our feedback. Thank you for the question. Back to the show.
Yeah, we should consult our own lawyer.
Well, there is lawyers out there specifically within, specifying in rideshare law.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
things
there's a
that
guy I
happen.
see all the time that they interview. I think his name is Brian. But all right, jumping in here, just a couple of little promos. We do have a merch store. It is Zazzle.com/grrideshare. Zazzle, ZAZZLE.com/grrideshare. You can get some cool hats there that we haven't bought yet. Jesper and I want to buy one. And then some T-shirts and some other things. Yeah, you like this new hat?
Yeah, that's cool.
It's actually got the seal, the state seal imprinted on there. They're all made by hand, too. It's pretty cool. Sorry, I like it. And then we do have a Patreon account. Patreon. So there's Patron, and then Patreon is the brand. We don't do Patreon. We do a Patreon account through Podbean. This is where you can contribute $1, $5, $10 per month, and you get extra perks. I know, Larry, we've been dropping the ball on that a little bit, and I apologize for that over the holidays. Larry Duncan, our super fan, is a patron, and he gets extra perks for that. So patron.podbean.com/grrideshare. You probably can just search patron grrideshare. You don't have to have the exact link. It'll probably pop up. So check that out if you're interested. All the money that we get goes to increasing equipment and microphones and all that stuff.
The cost of the software for live streaming.
Yeah, I mean, there's you wouldn't believe how many expenses are involved. I mean, you definitely can have a podcast with a phone and your buds from your Apple thing. It will work. We got disco going on tonight. This is another thing. If you join the Patreon account, I'm going to hire my electrician to come in and find why my 75-year-old house does this.
Because there's so many electric devices down here, maybe?
It could be, and I just stared at that light, and I'm
Maybe
seeing
your
dots.
basement's haunted.
It could be. It could
You
be.
never know.
Right. And then Ben has an update about our fundraiser that we pushed really hard in December, and we had some pretty good results. I mean,
did.
We're gonna shoot higher next year, but Ben's gonna check in on that.
Yeah, and before I get into the fundraiser update, wanted to let you know that I did post the links in the Facebook live stream. So if one of you have YouTube open, you can do the same. Zazzle and our patron account. Zazzle, again, is for merchandise. If you want to show off your love and affection for our podcast, order some gear and swag, whatever you want to call it. And then if you want to help us out with the flickering lights and paying for equipment and software and whatnot, become a patron of the podcast. Thank you to Larry Duncan, who is our first patron. He contributes a certain amount each month, and that gives him access to us on an ongoing basis. It gives him access to early release of things. So there's just a lot of perks that come with helping out our podcast. We really can't do this without your support, so thank you for that. All right, that's all I have to say about those things. Now to the fundraiser. It was a lot of fun. I feel like I got to play Santa Claus in December. We did a fundraiser and took in roughly $200 from you guys. So thank you so much for your contributions. And GR Rideshare ended up matching that, so that we had a total of $400 that came in. We had 4 people who were in just crazy life circumstances that were completely beyond their control. I met one girl who had thyroid surgery because she had thyroid cancer. And as if that's not enough, she found out she had cancer while she was caring for her mother who had cancer. So imagine the burden of caring for your mom and then finding out that you yourself have cancer and need surgery. And because you have cancer and need surgery, you can't work a normal job. So she would do rideshare to support herself and her mom and her kids. So it was awesome to see her. She just had tears that welled up, and she was so thankful and gave me a great big hug. You guys made that happen. So thank you for your generosity. That's just one of the 4 stories. I met a few others, guys that were in some rough situations with family and their kids, housing being taken away, things like that. Just really not good situations all around. And we were able to put a smile on their face, spread some holiday cheer in the Christmas season, and we made some people very happy. They were able to put gifts under the tree and, just had a nice little $100 bonus that came in thanks to your generosity. So it was a great fundraiser. As Jason said, we are looking forward to doing it again next year, and we hope to maybe even double what came in. So
Yeah.
thank you again for your generosity, and
Thanks for Ben for a lot of the work on that. That was, and Jesper too. Nick and I kind of rode on the coattails, but it was a lot of work to organize that and stuff. So thank you for that. Let's see. Next up, I want to talk a little bit. The podcast I posted on New Year's Eve is called what's it called? CTA, Certified
yep.
Tourism Ambassador. And what that is it's nationwide. It may not be in your city, but it's the organization in Grand Rapids is Experience GR. Well, they offer this CTA program, and basically what it boils down to is being very knowledgeable about your city and knowing all the places to go, the history on it, and it's really big in the hotel business downtown Grand Rapids. Most of the hotels make their employees go through it. In fact, when I took the class, it was all culinary people. Actually, in school, it was a required class for them to take. So, great class. It was super short. For the GR peeps, you can go to CTAnetwork.com. CTAnetwork.com. And you can register there. There is a code for the GR people. What's the code, Ben? Put in the code. Where's the code?
EC092419200000.
Sorry, it was in small. Never mind.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything. Ben will post it in the link. But it reduces it by $15 down to $20. I recommend taking it.
Especially if you're a full-time driver.
Yes, the full-time drivers for sure, and especially people that do airport runs. You're picking up guests, and when someone asks, "Where's the best place to get a steak?" Do you know? Where's it? I don't know this. I know about the steak, but because I eat steak. But what about vegan food? I mean, if someone asked you where's a good vegan restaurant, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you. So, I took the class. The material that they give you is almost better than the class.
I was going to ask you what you got from taking the class.
It was fun. It was not like a class. I mean, it was fun. So you take a quiz at the end, and it's like, but yeah, check it out. CTAnetwork.com to register, and let us know.
Now, real fast, CTAnetwork.com is the national group.
Correct.
So look up Grand Rapids if you want to do the Grand Rapids training. That code will only work for the Grand Rapids market, I believe.
Correct.
But you should take it in any market you're in because you can certainly benefit from it. The big thing they were saying is your tips.
Yes.
You can definitely maximize your tip opportunity by knowing more.
I tell you what, if you were down in New Orleans and the driver got in, you had some questions, and he was like, boom, boom, you'd be like, man, this is great.
Right.
It kind of brings back the whole cabbie philosophy like in New York. You get in a New York cabbie, if they can speak English. I know it's a little bit different now, and nothing against that. That's what they did, man. You got in there. They're like, this is where you get your best meat. This is where you get your best strength. This guy will take. I mean, they had like contacts, and that's kind of what this is. So, and if you want to see a super awesome website with some amazing photography, go to experiencegr.com.
Right.
The photography is amazing. Like, I'm such a nerd with that, but I mean, beautiful pictures about the city.
Well, in general, I mean, the Tourist Bureau of Grown Up just does an amazing job.
Right.
There's no doubt.
And what a lot of people don't understand is when you pay those hotel taxes, a lot of that money is going to the CTA and the Experience GR, the Tourism Bureau, for them to put on these programs and stuff. Right. I can imagine like a class like this without a little bit of that supplement would be pretty expensive. So
Oh, yeah.
you get a little pin. Although it doesn't matter when you're rideshare driving because no one can see it anyways. I don't know. It's small, but it's cool. So check it out.
Yep. Couple questions from Facebook.
Nick's got his own family on here.
Hi, Laura.
Ben answered one of them, so thank you for that, Ben. That was Chris. No, whoa. Okay, so no, the other question was Chris is asking if we got a notification from Uber about the drive anywhere in Michigan. We did, and I think we're going to talk about that later, right?
You know what? Let's talk about it now. I mean, we're jumping into the news, so
Sure.
I mean, there's not a ton to talk about it. Yeah, there's really no link for that for people to see. I ran out of time, Ben. Sorry. Yeah, it's just like Lyft. You can get a ride anywhere. Apparently, a few people have said it's not quite live yet. Typical Uber pushing it out, and although it doesn't say. I don't think it says it's live now, but anyways, it's not live now. And but yeah, now just like Lyft, you can get an Uber anywhere you want in the state. I don't know about the UP. I didn't
Yeah, it didn't specify
because I
the
think
UP.
Lyft you can get it in the UP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But there are certain areas before you can get an Uber in UP. So
Oh really?
some
of the bigger cities.
Yeah.
Oh okay, I didn't know that. It's about time that they got on that. But again, the one thing about it is you have to have a driver available to get a ride. So just because you can request it in the boonies doesn't mean someone's going to drive to it.
It brings up the question again: are we going to drive more than the 10 miles, 8 minutes, or whatever the limit are for the drivers?
Honestly, if I was up in the boonies like that as a driver, I mean, I know it's kind of against the rules, but I'd call them and say, "Hey, where are you going?
Right.
Like, are you going an hour into town? I'll come get you."
I mean, that's what I used to do for the people requesting me out in Allendale.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not driving 20 minutes to take you down to the local pizza place. I'm just not.
Right. I got burned today on that. Not in Allendale, but I drove a little further because it was kind of dead. But
Back when I was still a noob, if you will, a new driver, I accepted a ride out there once, and they waited 25 minutes for me to come out there. And anybody who knows the Grand Valley area, they were at the pizza place on 48th Street, okay, and they had to go down to the tower. That's it.
Oh.
You can see the tower from the pizza place, okay?
Lazy millennials.
I definitely try to use my patience, and I take a deep breath when I see they're only going a mile. I'm like, you know what? They just need to get somewhere, so I'm just going to take them. That's my job.
Their claim was they were freshmen. They didn't know where to go. They were brand new, and it's like, okay, fine. I took them down there, and I drove back to Grand
Why
Rapids.
not just put it in your GPS and put it on walking?
Hey, that's too much work. If I just can tap a button without putting an address in, I'm going to do that.
They were probably drunk too, so
They better not be if they're a freshman.
They were not drunk.
Oh,
You're telling me you didn't drink as a freshman?
I didn't drink at all in college.
I didn't drink till I was like 22. I mean, I took a sip here and there, but also Sophia said Anna's House and Electric Cheetah. Why didn't I think Anna's House? I knew Anna's House had vegan food, but I mean, Electric Cheetah is down in Wealthy, but
Electric Cheetah is awesome.
I've never been there.
Fantastic.
And so is Anna's House. Actually.
Andrew James says he clicked on the link and saw.
I clicked and it worked.
Yeah, Nick got the Uber one to work. I had a problem with it too. It just said, I don't know. It said something.
Well, we know for Jason's, at least in Jason's experience, it's a user error. We know that. I'm not gonna say that to you, Chris. What, Jason?
I was to see how long we could keep it
That was a
quiet.
look of death.
I was to see how long we could keep it quiet. All right, next up, Justin, your video. Before you click it, so Justin had an interesting New Year's Eve and picked up a gentleman. I'm not sure where. But he brought something in, and see if you can tell me what he's doing. We are going to share it. We may get kicked off of YouTube. This is kind of a test run, but you're actually going to see it on the live stream. So whenever you're ready, buddy, hopefully it works.
All right, here is Justin's New Year's Eve video.
Let's see if we get kicked off YouTube. Do. No one's talking on YouTube anymore anyways. I can't hear it. Oh, of course I can't hear it because I'm not. I hope people can hear it. That's one thing I probably should have tested.
I'm on it.
It's interesting. The delay on YouTube is much shorter than the delay on Facebook. Ben's checking it out. Can you hear it, Ben? Oh, you can't hear me. It's playing, but I don't know if the audio. I'm sure someone.
I heard something.
Uber.com /blog. Yeah, but that was us talking. I was wondering if the audio was playing.
That was just for Andrew. The link I just posted.
Oh, that's just music, anyways, on this one, so it's not that big of a deal if that doesn't play. Now our news articles on the other. I should shut up. Trying to snap. Ben can't hear me. I don't see any comments, so does anyone know what he's doing? What's up, David? Is he just watching it? Like, he's not letting us know if... Is it playing the music? Okay. I'm like snapping for you. I'm like, hey. All I can hear is me. Anyways. You know what I should have done? I should have went pee while this was going.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
I know.
Don't you have your bottle?
Oh, that's going to make a wormhole, Ben.
Just,
Did we get kicked off YouTube? We didn't. Wow.
no, not yet.
No one's commenting. Oh, Justin. No, you think? You think, Justin? So, interesting enough, Justin's camera has the old mount, and I had to cut some of it out because his camera moved, and it moved all the blurring, and it was a disaster, so I had to edit it out a little bit. And we took the audio out because, yeah, Jeff, you're only hearing music just because they copyrighted us big time. Sometimes when we get a copyright infringement, they... Who's playing? Don't what me, it's you. It was your tablet.
Sorry.
We're good on technical today. This is good.
Hey, I worked really hard, so if it goes... It just went again.
It's not me.
Anyone, we're a look hashtag new producer, hashtag new producer. He's embarrassed. Basically, back to the whole minutia copyright. Sometimes they split the revenue or the ad revenue. Sometimes they don't, and they wanted it all. So I said, screw you. I'm pulling the audio down. So I just put some copyright-free music on there. So yeah, that guy was doing whippets. Whip it real good. Hashtag whip it. All right, I thought we'd get more reaction out of that video.
Yeah, I was going to start singing, and then
Does people even know what Whippets is?
I think so. I don't know. I know what it is.
Like air duster?
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't. I couldn't give you the description of it, but it's basically the aerosol part of a like
Basically kills all your brain cells.
Right. Well, it's like the dusting stuff. Didn't they do huff
well,
that
they
too?
added a taste to it to make it taste bitter, so you wouldn't do it.
Oh,
So
really?
you get a nasty taste in your mouth.
From
For
experience.
the air duster.
From
No,
experience.
not from experience.
Oh, okay. Because you came out with that pretty quick.
No, that all happened when I was in college when they came out with that the bitter taste.
Back
so.
in 2005.
You went to college?
Yeah, I graduated high school in 2008.
Yeah.
Oh
wow.
my gosh.
I graduated college in 06.
Oh,
Oh,
94.
Hashtag save.
Hi, Dad.
Hashtag save Ben.
Yeah, I know. That's
I had to say that. All right, let's.
No,
I
I
mean-
got confused on which chord was what.
I know. Do you need a label?
Couldn't find
We
the
should
hole.
color code those
I need.
codes.
You know what I need is I need I need to show people what I'm dealing with here.
Needs a sticky note.
So I need to check the sound occasionally, but to do that, I have to unplug this headphone cord and plug it into
Wait.
my tablet.
Wait, guess what?
And it's just a pain.
Can we buy another $30 set of headphones and he can connect it to his tablet and he just has to take the headphones off and put the other one on?
Sure.
Will that work?
I think we just made a business decision.
We did. Everyone voting yes? Yes.
Aye.
Sure.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you, hashtag Justin.
Oh, Elsie's like CO2 cartridge. Whip it. Whip it real good.
Nitrous oxide in whipped
Justin,
cream
you seem to know a
aerosol.
lot about that.
Yeah, he does. Are you asking for a friend or whatever they say? Telling for a friend. All right, can we actually get into the news? Holy cow!
Wow.
This one is the Kalamazoo driver. I'm sure you saw. Thankfully, he pled guilty. He didn't go to trial. If you don't know about this story, it was a couple of years ago. It was super crazy. This guy was a driver, and he went
In
around
Kalamazoo.
in Kalamazoo, Michigan, which is about 45 minutes south of us. I don't know if there's there is a video, so Ben's playing it. But as it's buffering up, I'm sure there's an ad. Five and six. Go ahead. Hit play. I got nothing.
You got to click the mute button on the video.
Forget it.
We're doing well today.
Forget it.
Does anyone else hear like a buzzing noise?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Hey Ben, the mute button is on the video. On the actual video is muted.
Is that why you can't hear it?
I
Probably.
would assume so.
3 years since 6 people were killed during a shooting rampage.
I don't know where I'm hearing it.
It's from here.
Oh, never mind, Ben. Just blame it on me. I want a tech day. I want you to come over. I want you to sit down here for 3 hours, and I want, without me, I'll play games on my couch, and you just work on the tech stuff. I could probably fix it, but
Hey, it's because I had to swap out cords to check audio on the live stream.
Okay. Never mind. It's not Ben's fault. It's Jason's. We all know
It's
that.
not. It's always
Okay.
Jason's.
I'll
Yeah,
take it.
exactly, yeah.
Anyways, long story short, he's a terrible guy. He had no mental history. He had no criminal history. Uber really got the shaft when that happened a couple of years ago. Every ride I picked up was like,
Oh, yeah.
ooh.
Well, you still get rides today that still talk about
I
it.
haven't had any in a while, but they'd be like, "Oh, are you gonna?" I had people ask me, "Are you gonna kill me?" I'm like,
It's like
"Are you-"
only if you piss me off.
yeah, with a deadpan face, like.
But
So,
he was claiming the app was telling him to do
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, there was the devil.
Yep.
but clearly he had. I'm so glad that he just pled guilty to it. I mean, did he really think he's gonna go to trial and get off on it? And he's probably like, you know what? I'm a terrible person, and I'm just gonna go to prison for the rest of my
Well, that
life.
reminds me of an article I read earlier today about a truck driver who had gotten in an accident with a bus full of hockey players, and he ended up killing 16 and injuring, I want to say five or whatever. And anyways, he decided that he didn't want to go to trial, and he just wanted it to be done and over
Yeah,
with. So
pled
he just
guilt.
pled guilty. So it's done and over with now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not done and over with. I
Well,
mean, everyone's still affected, but
I'm
yeah,
just
at
saying
least-
it's not going to go through the legal.
Well,
process.
it's just bringing the families through all that.
that's
the worst.
exactly what he said.
Yeah, that's a terrible thing. So I don't know. That's about the extent of the story on that, but I'm just glad he pled guilty. And he didn't kill any passengers. He only killed people in between, which is very bizarre.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. He clearly snapped. And the only reason it got so, if you haven't noticed, if you put the word Uber anywhere in a story, it gets clicks.
Right.
You know, anything Uber driver, and you're going to get a click regardless of the story. So, all right, next up is the drunk dentist immediately regrets acting a fool after seeing dash cam video. So it's only 55 seconds. The audio is a little quiet on this, but
There is swearing in this video.
there is swearing in this video, and this one should show up on your screen.
Hello, sir.
Thank you.
Sweet home. You're welcome. Have a nice night.
So, all you got to do is turn over your video footage.
See it.
No,
I already
very good.
watched it.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to rip this off.
Yeah, that is
fucking
one-
Car.
Oh, wait
You
till it's
want the video footage?
Well, I don't want it.
Can I have you delete it?
No.
What should I do?
Well, that's
You
up
let
to
me know
you,
when it's
bro.
done, Ben.
You're in my home right now, and all of a sudden you're on my private property, and I'm about to fucking kick your ass and get that video footage off your.
Can we delete it?
No, you can hand the thing over to me, or we're about to have
What?
a big fucking
Stomach?
problem.
Are you serious?
It probably is me.
Mm.
We're not going to go into
All right,
that
all right.
part.
Hey, look.
Hear the audio on the video. All right.
We done?
That's it.
So on the tech end of it, we're putting these videos on so you guys can watch, but for whatever reason, we can't hear them through our headphones. So I'll have to work on that too. But this guy was a dentist. I don't know what is the.
There was another passenger with them beforehand. So he dropped off a different passenger
Okay.
and then drove this dentist to his house.
The bottom line was that anyone that's just listening, he didn't like the dash cam video.
Not at all.
But I didn't hear in that. I thought he supposedly threatened him with a gun.
That part of the video they did not play.
Okay, that's what I thought because I read the article and it said he didn't brandish it, but he said he was going to go get his gun or something.
Yeah, and then beat his ass.
Right. I want to know. I kind of want to reach out to the guy and see what happened after that because the video stopped. Did he? I mean, clearly he kept the
I'm gonna
footage.
guess he got out of the vehicle and the driver drove off. But
Yeah, I would have.
you know,
I'd have punched that gas.
I'd be like, okay, I'll give you the dash cam. Wait till
So-
he gets out, and then
100%. I'd have punched it. He was drunk. He didn't know what was going on. This is the only thought I thought about our dash cam, and we do promote the N2 Pro, whatever. It does not have cloud storage on that. So if someone did grab your dash cam, you're pretty much shit out of luck.
Right.
I mean, there's just nothing there unless you not in the moment. It won't happen. Yeah, if you switch the card out after they left.
The nice thing is it'll still record even though it's not connected to the power supply. The battery will still stay on, so they'd have to know how to go into the camera and actually turn it off.
Yeah, but if they take it and smash it into a million pieces, you don't have the file.
chances are the SD card will be okay.
True. Okay, they take it, they ship it to Peru. You're probably not going to get it.
No.
I know. That's the first city
Why would they
country.
ship it to Peru?
I don't know. It's the first thing that popped
He's just
into my
making
head.
up scenarios.
Yeah, scenarios.
So
I was.
weird.
Yep.
Peru.
So, Peru. Okay, here's a geography lesson for you. Not from me. Is Peru a country or a city?
It's a city.
In what country? Man, you don't know either.
I'm gonna look.
He just rolled his eyes at me. He doesn't know either. Peru, Indiana. There you go. Did you see it? Is it in
It is a country in West Southern America.
South America.
South America? Yeah.
South America.
Oh, it's in the middle of
Picchu.
it's the middle of Bolivia and the Ecuador.
Got the Incas.
Anyways, next up, this lady starts her own rideshare service company in West Plains.
This one's cool. I
Is
like
it?
this one.
But I saw the logo. She's using the Uber Lyft logo.
Yeah, but it's called Go For It.
Go for it.
Gopher, like gopher.
Oh,
it.
gopher, like an actual
Yeah.
gopher.
Yeah.
Okay.
And basically what she did was she's not going to charge the riders anymore just based on, the time of night or if it's, Uber and Lyft would be surging like crazy. She's just going to charge them the base fare.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
think she
$10
said it was
from out of the city or something.
Yeah, it was like $8 before midnight and
Yeah.
$10 after midnight.
And she actually brought on other drivers to help as well. I think it said she brought on 5 other drivers.
Is she licensed? Does she have insurance?
According to the article, yes. But
Well, it's the same problem as all the other starts. Right?
Yeah.
It's not a problem finding drivers.
Right.
It's a problem finding riders.
Right. Well, there's two problems. The Steady Fare, I think, had a great idea, but he couldn't provide insurance. You had to be you had to have your own commercial insurance.
It did state in the article that she's not doing it for money, and she doesn't even know if she's taking a loss on doing it or not.
She's taking a loss. If she's charging $10 or $8, I mean, well,
But
it's a small city though. Is
true.
what the article had stated.
Yeah.
They said close knit community, so she'll probably do pretty good because she said she's lived there forever
yeah,
and probably knows everyone. So
yeah.
but it's still the same problem. I mean, so she might do okay, but it's spreading it out to enough people to. I mean, we all know the biggest issue with ride sharing is if we sit still.
But if you're in a small, tight-knit community, are you going to use Uber or are you going to go for the lady who's local?
Well, I don't know. But
I kind of agree on Nick a little bit. You can't.
well, and she
you
might
can't,
do fine in her area, right? But how do you can't? It won't ever scale.
Steady Fare would have worked if he had done it before Uber got to Grand Rapids.
No.
Yes, it would have.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
It would have. Yes, it would have. I think it would have been Uber would have came, but I think it would have been Steady Fare and Uber. I don't think it would have been. I think Lyft and maybe
I
they would.
disagree 100%. Uber has so much power.
Yeah.
Uber would have entered the market and kicked Steady Fare's behind. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion.
Yeah. I don't think you. I don't. I think there would have been. I definitely think it would have.
All right,
been
yeah.
okay.
Why don't we play the video now?
Okay.
Rideshare taxi services will be busy tonight as well, taking people home from those New Year's Eve parties. In Springfield, you can choose from a number of options, but in rural areas, options are limited at best. Michael Deere talked with a woman in West Plains who's making it her mission to get people home safely.
Hundreds of people are expected to be here at the West Plains Civic Center tonight, ringing in the new year. For Teresa Clinton, that means a lot of rides coming up tonight, but she says she won't sleep until every single person that needs a safe ride home gets it. Teresa Clinton, otherwise known as the Uber Lady, owns Go For It, a ride and delivery service serving the greater West Plains area. The idea came about in March because she worried about her son on the road with possible drunk drivers.
My son was working nights, and he was driving at home during the same time that the bars were closing, and that scared me as a mom.
Tonight is the biggest night she's ever worked. It's her first New Year's Eve for her business.
Absolutely crazy, but bring it on.
She has hired extra drivers just for tonight, bringing her total up to 5 drivers. Unlike other rideshare services, she isn't bumping up the prices just because of the holiday.
I'm not going to charge anybody any extra for tonight. I mean, I probably could, but that's not my purpose.
For her, it's personal.
I have so many friends and family that live in this community. I've been here since my childhood, that if there's going to be an accident, it's going to likely involve someone that I know or care about.
If anyone needs a ride from inside the city limits of West Plains to another place inside the city limits, it will cost you $8. After 10 p.m., it will cost you $10.
I have to believe that I've saved somebody's life. I have to know that that's happened. And I don't even know what kind of income I'm bringing in. That doesn't really mean anything to me. I just want to make sure people get home.
Go For It is available 24/7. You can book a ride by calling, texting, or sending a message on the business's Facebook page. In West Plains, I'm Michael Deere.
No doubt many
We had. Oh wow! Sorry, that was a little hot. Very hot. Yeah, we had to take a mute break. Jesper had some gas. So this one is about, like we talked about. I don't even need to talk about it anymore. Sorry. You weren't paying attention, so I thought you'd throw you under the bus.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, there's a company around here that does that too. My only thing about that is just don't use Uber and Lyft's logo. I think you're kind of flirting with disaster. I mean,
Right. Or any kind of.
you can really just make a logo. I actually recommended them on one of their posts. I said go to Fiverr for $10. You can get a logo made, and you own it. So, but yeah, this is a good idea. If it works in her area, great. Jesper hates everything other than Uber and Lyft.
No, he doesn't even like Lyft.
He hates Steady Fare. He hates
hate
everything local. We've heard that. You
Yeah.
heard it here. Hashtag
Doesn't support local.
doesn't support local business. Oh, he's typing. Oh, he's writing a sternly worded email
Well,
Hate the other OGs.
at the other OGs. Danish hates local. Ben got to it first. I'm
No,
having too
mine
much
Mine
fun.
posted first. I don't hate it. I just
Oh,
disagree
I
with.
know. I'm just teasing you.
Yeah.
It's just business. I get it.
It's not gonna work.
It's just business. All right, next up, why it is important to understand insurance while driving for Uber and Lyft. I wish I could listen to this video. I want to listen to it because when I previewed it, he talked about Lyft not covering him at all.
No, he actually in the video. This is my personal
What you
opinion.
took from it?
Yeah, what I took from it is he's complaining that he has to pay.
The deductible.
He says, "Well, I can't Lyft pay it all. Why do I have to pay anything?"
Oh, because there was criminal involvement in it?
Yeah.
No, if that's the case, then sorry, buddy. You signed up for the $2,500 deductible.
And that's why understanding the insurance is very, very important.
Right. So let's watch this video, and then we'll talk about our podcast about insurance.
I have liability. I should be fully covered through Lyft.
The rideshare companies do a really poor job of explaining the insurance implications to drivers.
Attorney Bryant Greening represents Lyft and Uber drivers through his law firm, Legal Rideshare. He says Nance's saga is unfortunately common and that rideshare companies usually don't pay up unless a driver also has collision coverage.
As this driver unfortunately found out, there are tons of intricacies and loopholes that need to be told to the driver before they ever get behind the wheel.
It was pretty much just I had the insurance, I got signed up, I was ready to go. They never broke down anything involving insurance policies or anything like that, because I don't feel that it's fair that I have to pay out of pocket for everything.
As the debt in this cautionary tale adds up, so does the bad luck. If Nance doesn't pick up his car from this tow lot soon, city rules state it could be trashed or sold in an auction. I'm Lauren Victory reporting on the South Side, CBS 2 News.
All right.
So what does everyone think about that as far as insurance goes? Do you all have the extra insurance?
I do not.
You don't?
No.
Why not?
I don't drive around with my app online.
So
Jason just had a stunned look
I'm
on his
like,
face, like what?
We've gone over this before.
We have?
We have talked about it before.
Okay, explain it to me.
I do not drive around with my app on looking for rides. I stay offline until I get to where I'm at, and then I go online to get rides. Airport rides, I only do airport rides.
There's no way you do that 100% of the time.
All right, 99.9%
What about New Year's Eve?
time. What about New Year's Eve? I was getting ride requests while on rides.
All right, dude. We do not condone or recommend Nick's stance on.
Yeah, you don't need to condone it or recommend it, but
well, no, I'm just saying I don't. I think it's a dumb move. I mean, it's freaking $100 extra a year. Why wouldn't you spend that?
Well, my insurance doesn't offer that.
Oh, I
switched. Somebody that does.
I switched. Yeah,
Progressive.
I mean, who do you have?
Geico.
I think Geico has it.
Not here.
Not here. They don't.
Who wants to fact check it? Go.
Well,
I already can fact check it for you. They don't.
It's in our podcast. So, anyways, I thought there was other reasons for having it as well. I mean, obviously it is the three markets, but in the three areas, as we talked about, the three periods.
Periods, yeah.
But there's other reasons for why you really should have it, anyways. I mean, it just
for how inexpensive it is, the more coverage you have is the better.
The other thing that came out of that is also you run the risk, because you're still using your vehicle as a commercial vehicle, which means you run the risk if you're in an accident
they'll deactivate you.
Exactly.
Or your insurance will deactivate you because you're using it for hire.
Yes, and that was the whole thing he was mentioning and now you're running the risk of not being able to they will refuse to renew you, and you have essentially it's insurance fraud. And other people might not.
That's a good point. I never thought about the actual accident. I was more thinking about. Never thought about that your insurance company could cancel your insurance.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Right, but more than that, you're going to be marked down also as a
at-risk driver.
As an at-risk, right? Yeah, and you may have problems finding other people wanting to insure you.
And honestly, look around, reach out to farmers. You may be getting you could be getting a better deal.
But anyways, it's
I had
not a discussion we need to have, but it's,
it is. We need to say it's important.
Not to throw Nick under the bus.
No. I already did that. It is super important personally I think to have that. But yeah, that's a good point. But we did do a podcast on that. I believe Ben already shared that. We sat down with farmers, actually my agent, and had a chat about it. It was a good podcast. It stayed relatively light. It wasn't too deep. But yeah, so check it out. You already shared that, right?
I did.
Or somebody did. Thank you very much. Let's see. Oh, next up, Lyft, Amp, and Uber become illegal in some states. I think this is just in Kansas City.
Just this video.
This video is, but Ben's gonna play that, and we'll talk about it.
This is KWCH 12 Eyewitness News Weekend.
Pulled over because of an effort to make people feel safe. A rideshare driver tells us a Kansas Highway Patrol trooper pulled him over for his Uber light in the windshield, and he's not alone. Katie Johnston spoke to the driver about what happened and why troopers are taking action.
Devin, these lights in the windshield of Uber and Lyft drivers are extremely popular. It lets riders know that they have the right vehicle, but in the state of Kansas, they're illegal.
You can't have your lights like that to the front.
A Kansas statute is stopping rideshare drivers while they're en route.
It's illegal.
Lyft's amp lights and Uber beacons are illegal in Kansas. Driver Christopher Hockett didn't know that when he was pulled over.
Didn't know what I was getting pulled over for.
He's been driving for Uber and Lyft for a year. Like other drivers for the ride-sharing companies, Hockett keeps a light in his windshield to let passengers know they have the right vehicle. He's had the light in almost as long as he's been driving.
Customers' safety. They know which car they're getting into.
Right now, he only has the Uber light, but Lyft is sending him this pink light soon.
So I'm getting the amp, but now it's obsolete and I can't use it. And it's something that they recommend using.
According to Kansas Statute 81729, passenger vehicles cannot use any other colored lights in the front aside from white and amber. The back can only have white, amber, or red. None of the lights can be flashing. The company issued Uber lights change colors, and the Lyft lights are pink.
I know that there's a lot of you that are doing that, and I can say for one, I'm going to probably start stopping for it. So it's kind of fair warning.
Okay.
Okay.
What about the amp lights? Because I'm fixing to get the amp light on.
Not legal in the state of Kansas, but the lights inside of cars. Some people have LED lights inside their vehicles, and those are legal. That's because in the state of Kansas, those ones that are in the windshield are visible from the roadway.
So what does everyone think about the lights? Jeff, you're dead to me. I have lights in my car.
I think they're dumb.
I have the Uber and Lyft. It's just an LED. It's not like, I don't know. I wish I had a good example, but it's just they're placards that kind of light up a little bit. So
I didn't mean that yours was dumb.
I don't care.
Lights in general.
Yeah, it's
dumb.
your opinion. That's okay. It doesn't bother me. I love it except for bar close because everyone thinks I'm their Uber. In fact, I've even turned it off at times when it's like terribly busy, just because people. Although I keep my doors locked, so that ends it too.
Yeah.
Do you think you don't like the Lyft amp either?
No,
I've never earned it.
It could be because I'm jealous because I hit my 175 rides and they never sent me it. But
well, they changed it.
Yeah,
now it's
a gold rewards perk.
Yeah, you have to hit 250 rides in a
3-month period.
3-month period. Yeah, so that's not going to happen. Not sure what Ben's doing, but it's distracting me.
And plus, everyone has them now. It made you realize how many Lyft drivers were in Grand Rapids.
What do you mean? Oh,
with the amps.
yes. Well, not only that they've hit that goal of 250 rides. I mean, are you driving pure Lyft? I mean, like, that's a lot of rides.
That is a lot of rides.
I saw a ton of them on New Year's Eve. Like, every time I turned around, I saw that Lyft amp. So I don't think I would get it. I'm not Lyft specific.
How about you, Jesper?
I wouldn't get the amp. I had the amp.
Can you use it?
That was great.
Oh my gosh, you are such
He was so engrossed in whatever his on his computer.
So no.
Hey Jake,
I was using it.
Time out. Jake
And
D.
I would use it.
Jake D on YouTube says, "Yo yo
yo, what's up, Jake D?
What's up, Jake D? Oh yeah, you put it up there. That's cool. It's not back feeding.
It's muted.
Oh, okay.
But I was using the amp, and I would use it again.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you drove Uber too?
Well, yeah, I was.
Well, I mean, I know you do, but I mean, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Last article we have, I almost tried to click on it on my tablet. That was weird. I was like dragging the mouse over. I was like, why isn't it going over on my tablet? A former American Idol host made fun of rideshare driving. You know, this was just in the news recently with the guy from the Cosby Show who was working at Trader Joe's.
Yep.
I don't understand people. He's making an honest living. Who cares? I mean, he was on the first season of American Idol. It's not like he was, you know.
Well, even if, who cares what he did before?
Right.
He's providing for his family. It's what works for his family.
I mean, the top 1.5% are making money in Hollywood. The rest, everyone else is doing side hustles.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know if you want to click on the article, Ben, so we can see it. But there's not a video there. I just was curious what exactly they said. So, loading.
Yeah, to sum it up.
Loading.
Oh, I'll wait till it loads, and then I'll sum it up.
You can sum it up whatever you want. Sum it up.
Basically, he's going through a divorce and all that stuff, so this is all kind of got brought into the limelight that he's an Uber driver and he used to host American Idol.
Hey, what did we talk about earlier? Uber gets the clicks. If he was, I mean, maybe if he was working at Perkins. Is Perkins still in business? Maybe. Not around Grand Rapids. Ben. I got Ben on that one.
I loved Perkins.
Yeah, there was one in Jenison.
There was one on...
the old Mr. Fables.
Why can't I think of the name?
Alpine?
East Beltline.
One on Alpine, too.
Yeah.
Whatever's near the Target.
I love their claw machines that they had in there.
Oh, yeah. Those are amazing.
My favorite part.
There's claw machines at B-Dubs.
Yeah, there is. Is the article not loading? That's all right. I got it here. Looks like admitted divorce in a custody battle. Former American Idol host Brian Dunkelman defended now being an Uber driver. TMZ. I mean, are they not the worst people in the world? Seriously.
But he's going through a divorce. Leave him the hell alone.
Yeah.
He's got enough going on. Why does he have to worry about, what he's doing for money?
Yeah,
at least he's making money for his kids.
Yeah, his comment was, I chose to stop doing stand-up comedy and started driving an Uber so I could be there for my son as much as I needed after our life as we know it was destroyed. I don't know. Somebody cheated on something in there? I don't know.
I'm going to guess it's not pretty. That's...
How does TMZ has this? Also reported how much Dunkelman had in his checking account. How do you even get that? Like, isn't that private information?
It's probably part of the divorce.
Oh, yeah.
Could be. I don't know.
So, anyways, but again, who cares? He's doing what he needs to do to be good by his family.
Right.
So,
what does Elsie say? Am I saying her name right? Elsie? Yeah, probably. My friend from Traverse City, Lyft doesn't offer it there.
So there's probably the amp.
Lyft doesn't offer the amp there?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't they?
Different market.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got that, Ben. Thanks.
I'm here all night.
Tip your producer.
No.
Hey, just so you know, the audio issues earlier is my fault. 100% my fault.
Don't try and make up for ripping on Ben.
No, I'm serious. It was. I got everything else ready on the other computer. It's 100% my fault. So everyone heard it. I love Ben. So tip.
I love you too.
Tip time. Why don't you take the tip, Nick?
Okay, we keep seeing this more and more and more, but before I get into that, I want to talk about our good old dash cam, the Vantrue N2 Pro that we use. Crystal clear video and sound. It's got the locking feature to save the video if you get a good video or you need a video to lock in to the SD card. It has that feature, which some of the cheaper versions do not. It can hold up to 128 gigabyte SD card, which helps, especially if you're out there driving for hours and hours and hours.
I even think it's more these days. I think with the latest version, it can more than 128.
All right, Jesper, then you just take it over.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
He's doing a sponsored spot. You got to let him do it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jesper.
No.
Just finish it.
That was pretty much it. But anyways, for the actual tip, well, actually, according to Jesper, it can take higher now.
Do you really
SD
need
card.
more than 128 gigabytes?
No.
Okay.
Probably not.
Shut
Good,
up.
then shut your mouth.
What's Justin's hashtag take the tip?
Because you said something about tipping Ben.
Remember,
Oh, gosh.
this is delayed on Facebook.
No, I know it is, but I can't even keep up 15 seconds.
All right, we've been seeing more and more posts about this. Basically, this is our tip. When a rider leaves an item in your vehicle, just return it, that day or that night. I know it might be an inconvenience for you or whatever, but just make sure you try and return it. Get a hold of the rider at all costs. Because if you don't, chances are, if it's a phone, they're going to show up at your door with the police, filing a police report that you stole their phone.
Okay.
Or just showing up at your house.
So Ben has had that happen.
Rookie.
I know. It was a total rookie mistake.
No, but somebody...
But if you don't find it, though, how?
Yeah, it's true.
You're right. If you
it
don't
was
find it...
way down in the door panel. Like, I don't
Did you
check
look
there.
through
There
your
was no
vehicle
rookie
after you were
mistake
done
there.
driving for the night?
Right.
All right.
Answer yes or no.
Raise of hands, how many people inspect their vehicle at the end of the night?
Well,
Every
I'm
time.
raising my hand.
I'm not.
I mean, I had a wallet that was lost in the back of my car for 2 weeks.
They didn't call for it?
No, they did, and I didn't find it. And then finally, after 2 weeks, my wife said, "Hey, did you find this wallet down under?" And I reached out to the guy. I found a college card in there, so I contacted the college, and the college put me in contact with him. I gave him his wallet, so it's fine. But it was gone. I didn't find the wallet.
I didn't know. That's hilarious. 2 weeks?
Yeah. But he called me the next day and said, "Hey, I think I forgot my wallet." I went out and I went through my car. It wasn't there. I couldn't find it.
Danish eyes.
It had slid into in one of the compartments of the Stow and Go or something like that. I know it's just
Yeah, in a minivan, there's 17,000 places things can go in there.
Or you don't even have to, get in touch with the rider. You can go turn it into the hub.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody in our, maybe not this 4 group, but in our bigger group, since Ben had someone come to their house or something. I don't know if it was Justin or whatever. But
And also remember, you can still file for the forgot item fee after the fact.
yeah.
Yep.
Here's our tip on that. And then,
If you want it.
yeah. I actually don't file it until after I give it back because they may give you $20 and then I'm like, all right, I'm not going to file it. You know what I mean? Because if they're going to give you money, you can be a douche canoe and file it after you get the cash and then you're basically stealing. So just
What if you want to be a douche kayak?
No, only canoe.
Okay.
Shannon that's chimed in said she. I'm sorry. It said Shannon. I apologize. He said that he uses the N2 Pro, loves it, and that he loves our stream. So, also that he had a wallet with a GPS tracker and didn't see it for 2 months.
Wow.
Right.
But
Where did it end up being? Like, where was it hidden?
yeah, I don't know. He must drive a minivan, maybe. But yeah, if you ever get a phone, I mean, we all have different opinions on it. Nick wants to take care of it right away. I say I wait till I'm done for the end of the night because I want to make money. I don't want to spend chasing you. Now, I have done that. I have returned it in the middle of the night.
Well, I remember someone, I don't know if it was between us 4 in our larger group too,
Yeah.
but they actually went into the restaurant after they dropped off the rider, went back and brought the phone to the rider.
Went into what restaurant? Like when
It might have been Justin. I'm
Yeah, I don't
thinking
know.
of.
But do you remember the last story we told? This was just before the last podcast of last year when me and Justin were out driving. Somebody forgot a phone in Justin's car.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
And then I picked up the same party that night at
And you made the swap.
Well, we did the swap. Yeah,
The swap.
in the alley.
In the alley, in the dark alley.
Justin says it was keys.
Yeah, it was keys.
Yeah, yes.
Well, either way.
No, it wasn't keys. It was an iPhone. Justin, you're wrong. It was an iPhone.
Hashtag Justin needs to be in the studio.
It's true, Justin. You can come join us next
But maybe
time.
it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't Justin. Maybe it was.
Hey, guess what, Justin? We got the
Anyways.
microphone, so shut up.
And I have the screen right now. I just put it on producer Ben. I just wanted to put a quick shout out to my wife because that morning that the person showed up at our doorstep looking for their phone because they tracked it to our house, to the car, my wife handled it because I was sleeping still. And I heard the door knock. That woke me up. And I walked out into the kitchen, and she's like, some Uber passenger from last night left his phone in your car. I told him that he's not supposed to just show up. He's supposed to file a claim through the app. And I told him it's not very polite to show up at an Uber driver's house that morning without notice. So my wife, the badass, just took care of it, and it was pretty awesome. So way to go, Andy.
If
That's
anyone,
a shout out for my wife.
Thank you, Ben. Anyone from our team can post the link to that camera. That'd be great. No one, it's not on there. So Larry said he's taking a phone back to a customer in a hotel. I mean, I'm all for bringing it back. It's just if it's busy, I don't want to. What am I going to make? I'm making at a minimum. I'm making $15 on that return fee. But if it's surging, do you really want to return the phone? I literally will turn the phone off immediately. And do my thing. And if I get some downtime, I might turn it on and try to call. But everyone has their own opinion on it.
Right.
Just bottom line, if you have it and you know you have it, you should get rid of it before you go home.
Well, and again, we all know why we turn it off, right? Because there's all the trackers in there right now, and people are able to track their own phone, which is good. So if you lose your phone, you can do that. But do not show up at somebody's home and bring the police and say that they stole it because you're the idiot who forgot it in the car.
Well, honestly, if you are going to show up at someone's house, bring the police and say, hey, this rideshare driver has it. Can you just come with me just to be...
Well, at least be courteous about it.
Right, because...
Why do you need to get the police involved?
Well,
but don't show up at the door then.
My point is if you're going to show up at someone's house...
Because it's $1,000 phone.
Yeah, I mean, call the police and say, hey, I know this guy didn't steal it, but I really need it back. Can you come with me to this guy's house so he doesn't freak out?
Maybe have the police be first contact.
Sure.
You know,
well, let's not forget about the mechanism that's built into the app. Okay, they can get through it to the website.
But some people don't care.
But if you're sleeping, you're not going to hear
Yeah,
your
you're not
phone.
going to hear it till the morning.
No, but I'm not going to give them the phone back anyways.
Right. I guess what I was going to say is if you come to my house at 3 in the morning, A, I'm going to be on the phone with the cops. B, I'm going to be resting my shotgun on my shoulder. And look,
C, Andy's going to have no pants on.
And, yeah, I will have no pants on. I will have just my underwear, and I'll be sticking through the blinds of the end of the shotgun. I won't open the door because I'm not coming to the door. It's 3 in the morning. Are you all picturing me in my underwear right now?
No.
Is it weird to anyone that we switch sides to? I just wondered.
You know, I noticed that, and I was like, whoa, what's going on
Well,
here?
the problem was the mics were already on that side. I'm like, I'm not switching the mics.
He was lazy, as always.
Clearly, I screwed up the tech again. You know, I only spent 4 hours down here tonight working. Well, tonight and this morning, so jerks.
Very effective time use.
No pants.
Oh, my gosh. Tons of guns. I love Ben's hashtags.
Okay, moving on.
So bottom line, return the item that day or night. Yes. Don't hang on to it. You're going to have trouble.
All right. The next tip comes from the Uber Hustle Facebook page. I just took over.
I know, and then you fumbled it.
Yeah, well.
Recovery.
Give it back.
Whoop. All right. I think someone has said this before, but maybe I need to say it again for everyone complaining that it's slow. The veteran drivers, that's us. It's not referencing us in this post, but, you know. They know January is the slowest month of the year. It's nothing new. I'm thinking the rookies are the ones complaining. Learn to understand the hustle. I couldn't agree more.
It's the same thing, though. You get new drivers on the forums, you know, asking the same questions. Yep. You know, it's repetitive.
And you get a lot of new drivers because they want to come on for New Year's Eve. They're pushing their application through to get on for that.
Or maybe going back to what you said, you know, the drivers BSing you. Maybe they BS one of their riders to get them to sign up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's slow in every gig, anything. It's slow in retail. It's slow in...
Everyone's recovering from Christmas and New Year's Eve.
Well, yeah, and you getting everyone's getting their credit card bills and seeing how much they spent on Christmas, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't go out." So it's dead as bananas. And I know it's frustrating to us, but we do have to look at the newer people that are commenting about it that might not know. It's hard not to. Ben said earlier, it's hard not to be snarky. You're like, seriously, dude? Like, this isn't rocket science. It's after the holidays. It's slow as hell.
Oh yeah, and if you're in any of the groups, there is a search bar at the very top of the page that you can type in anything you want to know about, and guaranteed it's probably been discussed.
So just in defense of that search bar, or not defense of it and hating of it, it's very clunky, and
it is.
And,
but
and
it's
if you
there.
search the word "the," which I know you shouldn't search the word "the,"
Why would you search the word "the"?
shut up. But anything that's semi-common, if you search Uber driver, if you search driver, or if you searched, I don't know. It's just you can go through a lot of stuff.
Well, but a lot of them are specific questions, which that's what you would search for, would be that specific question you had.
True.
You wouldn't be typing "the."
Okay, it was just an example.
So real quick before we're moving on, Andrew from Facebook said he had keys left and he didn't get paid or get a tip. And again, Andrew, just remember again, you can go back on the ride and file a forgot item fee.
Yeah. Do you know how to do that, Andrew?
Find your trip, go onto the trip and search for help, and then find the right
idea here. We should provide some of those videos. I mean, literally, it'll take 2 phones to record how to. Although you have to.
You can do one. You can do the screen record.
Yeah, but it doesn't have any audio with it.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, think of that.
But yeah,
But we are taking ideas on what new content.
What's going on,
create.
Ben? Title.
I'm trying to get rid of it.
Title.
It won't let me take it off.
So basically,
I was gonna put "the" in big letters.
Basically, what we can do for you guys is we can make videos showing you how to do all those things.
Yeah, we should do that. It was just kind of a hiring a new producer. Keep talking. Talk amongst yourselves.
It's frozen.
No, is it?
Way to go, Ben.
You can't click on settings.
All right, moving on to our next question. This one makes me extremely upset. Maybe y'all can educate me on something, but at the airport, why do drivers park halfway out in the middle of the lot with their nose of their car sticking out and damn near leave a whole car's length behind them? Does it make you look cool or something? Jesper, how do you feel about this subject?
I don't even understand what it means.
Okay, when in the parking lot, when people park like jackasses and take up, 3-4 spaces.
Oh, but that goes in any parking lot.
Well,
not just Wendy's.
Right.
Yeah. But it's still annoying, and
Right.
you have those emblems on your vehicle stating you're from those companies, working for those companies. You would think you'd want a positive image on you.
Sure.
Yeah, so we're having a little trouble with the live stream. It kind of locked up, so the word title T is on there. I don't know. #save Ben. So in regards to that tip, just don't be a douche kayak in the parking lot. I mean, respect your work. That's your workplace. Pick up your trash.
Yeah.
You know what Uber Phil said to me today, and I never even thought of this, that Wendy's has a contract with Uber to park there. That's what he told me.
I know the owner's son uses it all the time.
He even brought that up.
Yeah, and he drives the black SUV, but he uses it Uber all the time to go to and from the airport.
Okay.
So to my understanding, I did not hear anything of a contract or anything.
I don't know.
But
It doesn't surprise me because why aren't they kicking us out of that parking lot? I mean, there were 20 cars there today.
Think of how much business we give them.
I know their toilets get used a lot.
Yeah.
But my point is how treat your workplace, your office with respect. Phil and I were talking about the Detroit airport.
Porta potties.
The porta potties. And at one point, I don't know who brought them there, but they took the porta potties away because they were misusing them. And the Lyft brought them in. There's notes all over. Please be respectful. They're finding poop on the side of the inside of it. I'm like, what are you doing?
Maybe they need to install cameras in the porta potties.
I mean, there was a fundraiser. One of the guys in the Detroit group was actually started a GoFundMe to put at least lights in there, like LED lights, which I thought was kind of cool. At least he's trying to improve it. But literally, it's a toilet with a hole. Stick your butt on it. Go to the bathroom. Why is there poop on the wall?
You pee sitting down, don't you?
I do a lot, actually, especially in the morning.
Okay, moving on.
All right. Next up, the question.
Jesper, why don't you take this one?
Okay. Oh, boy, it's a long one for his Danish mouth. You want to take the next one?
No, look at it on your screen. Get off my screen.
Oh, thanks. So the reason why Nick keeps doing this is because I'm temporarily not driving for Lyft. And that's a different story.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. That makes it even better.
It's a different story
Yasser.
for a different time. So the question. I have been driving for Lyft for 2 months, and I just got approved for Uber. Long story on why it took so long. Are there any tips, tricks for running both apps simultaneously? Do you all use split screen, or which app do you prefer in the fore and background? Now, I do understand. I do think that only Androids can do split screens, right?
Yeah.
I tried it a couple of times. It doesn't really work very well for me. When I do a split screen, I was doing a split screen between Uber and a music program.
The
But
iPad Air can do split screen.
Okay, or the
Okay.
Pro.
Or,
The
yeah, Pro or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a $1,400.
Yeah.
So, but we have used some apps in the past that'll do some switching for us, and with mixed results. I'm not going to mention any names. There's several out there that will do it, but I would not. When I was driving for both, I were not doing any app. I was doing it manually, and I thought it was working just fine. I was running both apps on one phone. I know of Jason, you're running it on 2 different devices.
Yeah,
which also works just fine.
It does. It gives you a half a second to a second longer to look at what's going on both platforms. And if you have an Uber ride, like my tablet's on, I can see what's going on Lyft. Not that there's a lot going on Lyft, or vice versa. I can run a Lyft on my tablet and see what the Uber surge is at. So yeah, I recommend, just get a tablet with the data plan on it. It's super cheap, $10 a month, I think.
Then there's a follow-up to that question is Uber app was not giving me voice navigation instructions, even though I have voice nav turned on. Try and reinstall the Uber app.
So-
It's super, it's sometimes it can be pretty difficult.
And it does help to know what device you're on. If you're on iOS or Android, there are some different tips.
There is something you can check too. When you're on a ride and you see a little microphone on the screen, if you click on that and you have it muted, even if you have voice turn-by-turn directions on, you won't hear it if that's muted.
Oh.
Yep.
Where is that on the screen?
I want to say bottom right or top right.
It's always on there?
Yes.
Oh. Jeez. Terrible rideshare driver over here.
So you might have accidentally muted that at some point, and that's why you're not hearing the voice, turn-by-turn directions.
Okay. That's a good. And, actually got a couple extra questions that we can touch up. But the rideshare guy recommends, and I'll give him the credit for them, which makes sense. He says always hard reset your phone before you go on drive to clear the cache. I think that's what it does when you hard reset it. It kind of clears all the temporary files or whatnot. I don't know. But I know that when my phone screws up, a hard reset will do it. So David talks about how do you feel about the Uber shooter in Detroit?
I think he might mean Kalamazoo.
Yeah,
I think I was going to say, because I didn't hear about the one. Not that we're the end all be all, but I didn't hear about.
There was one in Detroit too, though.
Recently?
No, not that recently, but there was one. I remember being in an episode in Detroit as well.
Yeah, Larry, if you have a link on that or a news article, please post it.
Oh, is this the one where the driver held the guy at gunpoint?
Possible. And then, let's see. I keep seeing Uber gives directions, Justin. His other question was, while we look up the Uber shooter in Detroit, how do you feel about drivers who shut their apps off and do cash jobs? Okay, well, let's get comfortable. How do I feel about drivers that do it regularly? I think it's a dumb move. Have I done it?
Well, I think everyone has done it.
Yes. The last time I did it, I was waiting for a ride, and the door was unlocked. It was earlier in the night, so I do unlock it a little bit earlier if it's not super bar closed. And she jumps in, and I said, "What's your name?" And let's just say it was Kim. I'm like, "All right, let's go." And then I verified the address. 2 Kims, or 2 of the same name. So she got out and walked away. And I've been waiting for the other one for a while. She runs back and says, "I'll give you $40. I'm in East Grand Rapids." I said, "Okay."
Yep.
And I canceled the other ride and took the $40. So
I think the huge difference, I mean, that scenario, perfectly fine. I think when you get an Uber ride and you're like, hey, let's do this off-app cash ride.
Never.
You know?
I've never done that.
I think that's the big issue.
Right.
You know?
I usually say when they say that, I'm like, dude, it's going to be an $8 ride. If you want to tip me with cash, great. But I'm not shutting it off.
I was talking more so on the driver's side. Because there are drivers who do that, who say, oh, Uber's going to charge you X amount of dollars. Let's do it for this amount.
Yeah, I don't recommend that at all.
No.
And I've never done that.
And remember, certainly do not do it if you don't have additional insurance.
You need commercial insurance.
The moment you turn that app off, you're not protected at all by Uber or Lyft.
Or your own personal insurance.
Well, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly.
Okay, David was talking about the Kalamazoo one.
Okay.
Yeah, the case is done. He pled guilty. We talked about it earlier in the stream before the word title was on there.
Thanks for the love.
Sorry, it was getting a little quiet over there.
You know, I would switch to the producer Ben cam, but I can't do anything in the XSplit.
Yeah,
we're just lucky to have
the streaming still going. Yeah, that's why I said let's not do anything. Yeah, he not only shot but shot and killed. Yeah, it's very strange, David. The guy had no criminal history. I think he was going through the divorce at a time or something. Like, he just snapped.
Right.
So, yeah, he pled guilty, so hopefully you don't ever have to see his ugly face again.
Larry says that, pushing a little bit away, he got burned on a cash ride. He got paid with counterfeit money. That's, of course...
Holy crap.
That's, of course, another risk you're running that way.
Pissed.
Right.
That's the worst. I've never had counterfeit money. Have you ever?
Well, you might have, and you just didn't know.
That's true, but you always worry when you go and use a bigger bill and they're gonna swipe it.
Swipe it, yep.
I always feel excuse me.
Well, some gas stations even do it with $10 or $5.
Oh, I was gonna say 20s.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think it depends on what areas they're in.
No kidding.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
And there's certain areas in the Chicago, I don't want to get off the highway.
David said, "Why would you
I
take?"
won't go into that story.
David asked, "Why would you take the risk when you do that? You leave no insurance." I mean, do you? Shouldn't the rideshare? I mean, this is not. I can't answer this, but shouldn't the rideshare extra cover your
yes,
butt?
if you have the commercial rideshare insurance, you should be fine.
Let's rephrase that. It's not commercial insurance.
It's not.
Well,
it's a rider on your plan.
But the endorsement says you are allowed to use your vehicle for livery or whatever they call that.
But you're not technically doing livery because you're doing it not on.
Yes, you are.
Yeah,
yes, you are. Getting paid.
You're getting paid for it just because
ride.
you're not using an app.
It no matter how you're doing it.
Hey, honestly, I have a question. Or I don't have a question.
Hey, honestly, I might have an answer.
Honestly, I will send an email to Jeff, or I think his name. Oh, I'm sorry if you listen to this, he won't. Brian at Farmers, and ask. That's actually a good question. I don't know. I mean, are you covered? Jesper says yes. Nick says no.
I say no.
I say I don't know. Ben's trying to look it up on Progressive. They're not going to tell you that on their website.
It's probably a huge gray area, would be my guess.
No, for Progressive, it's only when you're on an app. Like, it's specifically apps.
That's what I thought it was. But
so
you mean if for period one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's basically it covers you from driving around just aimlessly looking for rides.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I think I don't think you're covered. I'm leaning towards
keep the app on. Don't accept rides.
I mean.
And that's how you get kicked off Lyft.
And that's
I'm joking.
Talking about insurance fraud. Insurance fraud. I'll reach out to Jeff anyways. It's a good question because I'd like to post that in there. So, man, we have so many comments. I can't even keep up. 9 new comments.
I don't see any comments.
At least on my screen.
Oh.
Justin, does your dad live in the ghetto?
McDonald's at my house does anything over a $5 bill. Well, they got to earn that $15
Oh, I read my
an
dad
hour.
at my dad's house.
Really?
Where? I had a dyslexic moment.
At my dad's. Oh, you put the D in front of the.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll find out, David. That's a good question. David, where are you from? Are you Michigan, or where are you in the country? Or are you in Australia or Canada? Burn, Justin says. All right. Last
Buffalo,
thing.
New York.
Oh, cool. Nice. Buffalo. Man, they get a lot of snow in Buffalo, New York.
That's a nice vehicle, David, if that's your Uber driver. Nice.
What?
Well, you checking him out?
Well, of course.
Oh, you on his profile?
Yeah, of course.
You creeper.
Is his name Paula?
Oh,
Will you stop it?
Yeah, I miss her.
Oh man.
The problem is we stream at 9 and it's like 6 p.m. there. She's probably still working or something.
Hustling with Jesper and Paula.
Idiots.
Elsie says, Lyft, after skipping 2 rides, says you should pull over if you're tired. Really? I never seen it.
I've never had it after.
It's
2
probably
rides.
because my acceptance rate is 100%.
But she's probably a full-time driver.
Yeah, Elsie, where's Elsie from? I recognize that name.
I think Grand Rapids.
Is she from
I
Grand
think.
Rapids? Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, your guys isn't 100%?
North Muskegon.
North Muskegon.
Mine's at 4% usually.
Yeah, mine's sometimes lower than that. Oh, my goodness. All right, the last question. I've been driving about 2 years, and I got an email from Checker, Uber background check service, asking me for additional information, thoughts. Did you have any follow-up on that? Did you follow that thread?
No, because I didn't care. No, I'm sure.
No, I was just curious.
I got notification.
I get
that
an
it was
email.
checked,
Yeah,
but nothing about.
Yeah, I got that
additional
too.
I'm gonna
information.
guess there's something off on his background check and his taxes. That would be the
Okay.
only reason I could possibly think of them
Well-
asking for more details.
But let's go into that a little bit. I mean, there's been an awful lot of things going on with the whole Uber notification lately. I mean, all the tax notices you got and how the tax reports are completely way off.
No, that's not a tax report. That's a spreadsheet
What?
created by Uber.
Right? Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, Uber's email was way off.
my guess is that doesn't include their booking fee or any of that stuff. Which,
Hashtag intern.
yeah, exactly. So
but-
I don't know that. Yeah, that thing was way off.
Yeah,
Didn't
mine
it?
said from 2016 I've only done 300 rides to now.
That's awesome.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't-
I didn't catch that. Shannon's from Chicago. Yes. Ben was just.
How do
there.
you feel about Cody Parkey,
Who?
the field goal kicker for the Bears? No, none of you watch sports.
Hashtag yay sports, go sports, score the points, shoot the basket. I used to be really into sports, but I'm not
disappointed in all of you. Let's end the stream.
We're cutting it. Title and all.
Oh geez, Title T and all. Title T is our friend. You know that that's gonna be a huge theme for the next while until we get sick of teasing you about it.
Yeah,
Title
I
T.
know.
That's all right. Title T.
Hey, I was just trying to put the in big letters.
My guess is that computer, as good as it is, it was just overloaded with data.
Apparently.
and just went.
We're lucky that we're still being streamed.
Yeah, I
and,
know.
Justin told me that every time I try to get the title to go away, it's dinging. So sorry about the dinging. I'm sure there was probably a lot of that. So,
well.
my bad.
So back to the background check. Yeah, I've gotten mine run, and it just sends you an email that says that they've checked it, but it never said.
I got the email yesterday.
I wish we would have got that guy's name. I'd like to follow up and see what came of it. I know a couple people commented early on.
You know what? I'm going to go into the Facebook group, use
Use
the search bar. and
Do it
find
right now. Let's see how quick you can do it. That search bar sucks.
Wait, I got to look at what group it was. Uber in Grand Rapids.
So what is this Uber driver shot dead during shift? Is that just like a... I know that's not what he was talking about, but...
That was just the Detroit. That was the article I was finding about.
okay.
The Detroit incident. So.
Okay. All right. Well, while Nick looks that up, got anything else to add? Anyone excited about anything in our lives? I mean, we don't always have to talk about rideshare.
Not really.
No, you've got a boring life.
No.
We're going to Venice Beach in Florida for spring break this year.
Right. Nice.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
Nick's got a check engine light on that he's worried about. Could
Yeah,
be the
could
time.
potentially be.
I've never heard the timing belt has a check engine light.
It's a timing chain. It's not a
Chain?
belt, and
Oh.
it's a tensioner too.
Pulley.
Yeah, whatever.
I didn't. I thought that was completely mechanical. I wouldn't think that had any electric.
I've got a check engine light too in my Traverse.
Yeah, but yours isn't.
Mine's simple.
Yeah. Well,
Is it
not
it's
simple
Bob-
enough that you're
okay.
gonna do it yourself.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I found this real quick.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What'd you search?
Bob Amy Fogel. That's his name.
No,
Anyways,
his name is his wife and him have the same Facebook
Bob
account.
Amy
Share.
Fogel Gould.
Fogel.
But I just literally punched in. I've been driving for about 2 years, and that popped up.
Boom.
Boom.
Okay, but what's the follow up?
Oh, what do you want to know?
I don't care about that. I already read that. You didn't show me anything.
There was no follow-up.
There was no comments?
No.
That's what I was asking about. You
no one
literally just
cares.
read
That's why
what
there's
I
no
read.
comments.
You literally just read what I read.
Justin is excited for Winter Beer Fest.
Yeah, that's the next big. I made more Winter Beer Fest than I did on New Year's Eve.
Yes, Justin, in the Traverse. Traverses.
So when is Winter Beer Fest?
February 23rd, 24th.
I know
Maybe
last year I
24th.
was in Pensacola.
It's my birthday. What the heck? Almost, anyways.
Remember,
Never
Uber thought you were driving a Yugo, Jesper? Or was that Lyft?
No, that happened to me too.
Oh, it was you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Who thought you were driving a Yugo?
When I updated my
That was
insurance
Uber.
or something, they
Oh,
changed
yeah,
what
that's
my
right.
vehicle was, and
That's
it was some type of Mexican car.
Spent New Year's in Chicago. Elsie did. You were there around New Year, not New Year's Eve.
We came back.
like the day
we
before.
were there.
You came back on Sunday.
Okay, here's the
About
feedback.
time. It only took 20 minutes.
He said, "All is well. I entered info like I was asked, and all my credit information got stolen." No,
No, I was like, oh, what a lame story.
He got his report, and it's all clean.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming it was just a technical glitch. I mean, we know Uber never makes
Well,
mistakes.
maybe he wrote in there Bob Amy Fogel, and that's why. It was,
it could be. You're right. So, all right.
So Winter Beer Fest is 22 and 23.
Dang, I was close.
Okay.
If you remember last year, it actually was the 23rd and 24th because of the flooding.
Yeah, it got pushed back to the next weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
It flooded in February?
Yep.
Yep.
Man.
Everything, yeah. was
Everything
flooded.
melted.
Yeah. Is that what happens when the snow melts? You get floods?
Never knew.
You want to type that on the live stream?
Hashtag flooding.
Hashtag producers going home. Stream's ending.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
yeah, we're talking S. He could just be like, click, click,
You're
click.
done. I'm
Well,
going
anyway,
to mute you for the rest of the show.
Yeah,
already
that's
got
true. He's
title
got a
on my
lot of
head.
power. I mean,
Hey.
he really can turn my mic off if he wants to.
We need to
He
say
doesn't- if he knows what
All right,
mic I
Jesper,
am.
what's up?
We need to say welcome to Yvette. Welcome,
Welcome,
Yvette.
Yvette.
Where's it? Turn my mic
He really did turn it off.
Turn it on. Ben, turn it on. Turn it. I can end the live stream right here, too.
There,
There
you're
it
back.
is. All right. Hi, Yvette. I recognize her name, too. Yvette, yes. Hello, hello. So, yeah, we are all done. Thank you, guys. Someday we'll have a stream that is perfect.
No, we won't. It's not supposed to be perfect.
You're
No,
right.
because we're going to keep upgrading our stuff, and we're going to keep running into more issues.
You're
and more
right.
issues. So a year from now, we'll be good.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone write it down.
This is part of the charm. This is why y'all love us.
2020, we will be perfect.
That just sounds weird. 2020.
Doesn't it? We'll be out
Like
of
2020 perfect vision.
that you don't have.
Oh, I'll be 30 in 2020. Just throwing that out there.
Clearly, he doesn't have Title T.
Did you say 30?
Yep, 30
Oh
years
my
old.
gosh,
30
you're so
in
young.
2020?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
You guys will be what, 60 and 50?
No.
Shut up.
He's only a year older than me.
I'll be 29
Yeah.
with a voice crack.
Yeah. All right, Ben, you can kill it. Thank you guys so much.
thanks,
We'll
guys.
see you in a couple weeks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I can't kill it.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna. Okay,
System
guys.
error. Abort.
Okay,
abort.
everyone.
Abort.
We're back.
Abort.
Wait,
abort.
and we're back. We're going for how long we can record. Who wants to go to work tomorrow? None of us do. We are going to record.
XSplit. I'm gonna have to just end task. So this is
Yeah,
probably
just-
gonna be abrupt.
Yeah, just
but,
do a hard